And then come right on in. So it was beginning. You just hit record. Great way to start today's show. Guest was welcomed by the owner of Timbuktu's Man Cave. But welcome to Pot on the Prairie with Scotty. And I believe I have hit record. You're the production expert. You may want to check that.
You want to check it?
Yeah, but we needed to get on and going because, wow, we got a free burger waiting on us at the Shaw Shack barbecue with slaw or no slaw. And it's been a busy week. Week 3 of Pod on the Prairie. I believe his name is, we're still going with Pod on the Prairie. Okay. Get in line in competition. Now y'all gonna suffer because he's turning the AC up where it's normally you don't freeze in here.
Background noise is a little bit.
But let's start with the serious nature of it and get right into business. We don't want to bore people. Ag's been at it with the Ag Report, named by Scotty, so what up, homie?
You want to do the Ag Report? I made a few notes on what today's soybeans are. Looks like they're 10.25, which is not bad. That's down 5 points though. Corn's at 417.6, which is down 2 points.
You know what it is, man.
And wheat's at 516, and that's down 4 points. And that's basically what you get out of a bushel of each one of those.
Okay, explain that just a little bit further to us non-farmers.
Well,
what's the point? Well, I mean, cents?
Yeah, basically, I mean, it's down 5 cents today versus yesterday. So if you sold your soybeans yesterday, you get $10.30, but if you sell them today, you're getting $10.25 minus whatever the granary is going to dock you. And we asked ChatGTP a while ago what that would be for inflation if you adjusted for 1950 prices, and soybeans would have to be $17 a bushel if you adjusted for inflation. So it's nowhere near where it needs to be, but it is what it is.
So many questions, so few answers. I believe you said it best, or you said it a while ago.
Well, I got it from video gaming, and at this point they say the economy is broken. The economy is broken. It's not working.
And didn't you follow that up with, what are you going to do for a living in the 21st century? We both all got young children, what are they literally going to do for jobs that are going to pay them enough money, not only to survive, but maybe thrive a little bit? I mean, it's, hey, the haves and the have-nots, and I know, because this is a fun show, and it's supposed to be entertaining, but it's also, we're going to be informative, and when you listen to area lenders, the outcast is bleak, man. Bleak as the weather. Go ahead.
Yeah, speaking of weather, we got no rain in the forecast for the next 10 days. We desperately need rain, but it's going to get hot, hotter than it already is in the 95s next week, or the end of this week and next week. So it's going to be even hotter than it is and drier, and that ain't good for farmers or anybody else. We all need rain, so everybody's yards are drying up and everything else. So yeah, we desperately need rain.
And that's in the immediate.
Right.
I mean, I sent you guys, we interact, and the things that we want to talk about, we try to glean a little bit of information. And the drought forecast in the center of the country is going to be real, as you're experiencing it. What did you say? Where's the hand go down in the gumbo?
Oh, we've got cracks that deep, and there. I mean, I can stick my fist in the crack and not hit both sides, and I got big mitts, so it's definitely gonna hurt yields and everything else.
So it's all cyclical, and it all is intertwined. This all didn't just happen.
Yeah.
It's been coming, and now the last 3 years, if I've read the tea leaves right, it's coming to a head, and something's going to have to be done. And anybody got any answers?
Nope.
Restructure. Actually, I'm not even going to name the candidate for president some years back, a couple cycles back. I don't even think he made it through the primaries. But he proposed an idea that at first to me sounded ridiculous. And that is a universal basic income. Now go ahead and shoot this down because I've tried to, I've gone around with this a little bit.
Okay.
Do you have any objections? Is there anybody who thinks that's not a way that would work
That's
for
socialism, Scotty.
for this new economy?
Okay, okay. now-
So
okay.
why would a universal basic income not work?
Well, how did it work during COVID? I mean, people loved it, didn't they?
The economy was booming there for a second, wasn't it?
When everybody got a chair, right?
Well, if you here's the thing. If all the currency is in the hands of a few, it's not moving around very much. Who was it who said? Will Rogers said, or somebody like that said, give the money to the poor because the rich will end up with it by the end of the day anyway.
Poor guys spend
But at least it'll circulate around first. At least it'll get handed around before it ends up in the money bin.
Welcome Robert into the.
Robert,
Chad.
welcome to your
Man, I got a
place.
Sprite, a Coke Zero, we can get you some water in that cup right
Well, I
there.
appreciate the hospitality and the random one. I grabbed is that a Coke?
Coke Zero,
Oh
or
man,
a Sprite, or a,
I think water. I'm not much for sugar or artificial sugars. Well, okay, there's
Chairs over there.
will you put some water out of that sink over in there for him? I didn't have any bottles of water, sorry.
No, that's all right.
We are in
Timbuktu, man.
Huh?
We are in Timbuktu.
Well, we usually keep what bottle?
Inside Timbuktu 3, I'm pretty sure it's around the next bend or
Oh,
something.
here he's messing with my
Oh, thank you.
racket.
Parched.
Golly. Professional unit, he comes along and here in the chair, I believe it's great. And we can check out that second camera when we hit it. And Robert comes to us with an introduction. He's a towboater, also a grade A mechanic, stays busy, too busy, we're not even gonna advertise for him on here because he stays covered up. But welcome, we were just talking about socialism. How do you feel about socialism?
Oh, is that what it is?
Socialism.
Wouldn't that what, universal income?
Well, no, the way they describe it is
Somebody's had a mechanical problem. Go ahead.
well, the way they tell it on the news today, socialism is where they tell everybody where to live and what to work, and everybody makes the exact same, etc., and ad nauseum. But that's not what I was talking about. I was talking about a universal basic income, which would actually provide the freedom for people to do whatever they want, be it relax on a budgeted life in your house, or live an even more austere life and invest in a business.
Is it, what I'm getting at, you're like saying like the government would implement like a salary for every household? Basically.
Precisely, for every individual based on
Socialism.
However, hang on.
That is socialism.
Thanks, Robert.
Well,
That is a form of socialism, should I say. I ain't gonna say full blown
Well,
But
because,
we're
So-
talking
so
about
are
the
roads and fire
economy being
departments.
broken
yeah.
but
and how we could fix it.
But my
So
point
that's
is,
where we got to
one
socialism.
nobody's brought the. Usually, the argument is, how are we going to pay for it? It would simplify government because you get rid of all the services. You provide people with the basics they need, and if they're not providing from their,
Wow.
for their families,
got
then
deep
it's a
quick.
legal issue. But everybody will have enough to make it, to
Well,
be in a house, to have the food.
I believe, you blaze your own trail, you cut your own path. But at the same time, the farmers can't help what's going on in their situation right now. Which that affects the towboating industry also.
Correct. As does the river report that we were just talking about. The river's running low, and barges can't run.
So the grain prices drive, ton miles, per ton mile pay that the barges get paid, so if the grain market's down, our rates are down.
It's all interconnected, and that's because we're not going to stay serious and delve because we're going to do a little football picks. But that's where it goes. If you're trying to find a solution to the problems, what are our children, what are your children going to do for a living in the 21st century?
And honestly, as society, children as a whole, for the majority wise, You know,
Reading scores are down, by the way.
And I am just as much of guilty as this as any. We sheltered our kids more than we were growing up. You know, not sure why it was like that, but
We
you
want
know,
our
kids
kids to have it
nowadays
better
they're
than we.
they're not as responsible as to say my generation onto your guys' generation. You know, which Aaron's not much older than I am, but
That's
I know,
Aaron
I know
and
my
I.
kids can't drive a tractor, and I was driving a tractor when I was 6 years old.
yeah.
I got my first ticket when I was 8
On a tractor?
on a truck, following Dad on the combine. 8 years old, got pulled over by a state trooper.
I got
That's where his life of
my
lawlessness
dad and my
started.
Uncle Chris was coming back from Bardwell, Kentucky one time, been drinking for all day. They get pulled, you know, always had roadblocks there.
Yeah,
You know, and they seen the roadblocks where they put my cousin, which is 3 months younger than me. He was 8 years old at the time, and he could drive a stick shift as good as anybody.
Wow.
Behind the wheel. My dad didn't. My uncle hit
Look
Uncle Chris.
at you.
But they pull up to the roadblock, and my dad said that he ain't never seen a state trooper so mad in his life. He said, I can't hold my, he took them both to jail. You know, but he told Uncle Chris, he's like, if I could get you with it driving, he goes, well, I'll get you for something. But he took him to jail. He was mad.
Well, troopers are notorious for not having senses of humor.
Our kids ain't got that kind of experience. They do
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Mine do.
I don't think my kid could drive a stick shift, honestly. You know
No,
what I mean?
I know mine couldn't. They can
Well,
drive an automatic truck, but you know, just barely. And they're 16, 17 years old now.
this,
So,
this is a great transition into something we were talking about. It's men's mental health, mental toxicness. You know, that we're getting around and talking about these things and delving into it because we've all three of us have struggled with it, and I'm sure you haven't went through life with just dandelions, but you know, it's something that it's healthy for us to be able to spew it forth and hear somebody else go, well, hey man, I felt like that too, and I'm okay on the other side of that. Silence.
You know, well, you know, any man that says they haven't had issues or struggled,
they're lying
you
to
know, with
themselves.
anything, you know, in life, you know, I mean, they're lying because, you know,
We have a beautiful place to do this.
Whether you-
I like the lighting, and I didn't mean to cut you off.
no,
and
but
being
you
serious.
know, whether it's divorces or
I know.
kids and deaths and, you know, and unfortunately,
Life.
that's part of life, but
Yeah.
it's a lot part of life we all gotta deal with. And people deal with it differently, you know, and that's what some people don't understand. Everybody's got their own way of grieving or handling things, any kind of adversity in their life. You know, just because some things work for one person doesn't mean they're going to work for the next. And a lot of people forget that side of things. They think that people should just deal with it how they deal with things, and that's not the way the world works.
A lot of gray in the world. There's a big spectrum. We all fall somewhere upon it.
Yeah.
So, actually, now we're through 2 topics this week, and I know you saw the rundown sheet I sent to all of you, right? The Pick'em Challenge. I like that you
Home team, go home team.
Right, y'all both went 6 and 6 last week. Hinky over here, he's at the top of the list in both of the trip for win a chance to the Bahamas. Also, this all expenses paid trip to Memphis. Is it back of my head? Is it-
No, I'm just breaking the fourth wall.
Wow. Man, and yeah, this trip to Memphis on the Amtrak, that's going to turn out swell. Pizza pie at Aldo's and a beer or a cold beverage at the upstairs at Ernestine and Hazel's with Nate, the infamous barkeep. All on these picks. And now we have 17 people with 16 people participating. So Brooke and her mama, help me. What's Brooke McTeague's mother's name? She was y'all's teacher. Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus. She lives right down the road.
Yeah. Dum 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 dum. She's gonna be so mad. She's gonna. We're gonna have to cut this part out. But of those, so there are 16, and it's gonna register for somebody. Somebody look it up on your Facebook. There you go, Bob. You're on camera, you know. But we also got the Boot Hill dude coming in, the Boot Hill Sports Network out of Haytime, Crothersville.
Coming here?
Well, no, he may come on the show, participating in our
Oh, in the pool.
on the pot on the pot on the podcast, on the Prairie podcast, KP Pick'em Challenge or Cron Pick'em Challenge, if you will. Also,
Whatever we want to call them.
well, we haven't figured that out yet. Ag and I were thinking we've got to consolidate all our interests to get into one good feed, so we can be a little bit more plentiful in our cuts and such. So, the pick challenge is going well. 6 and 6 y'all went last week. He went all the way and he went home. So, and everybody's kind of agreeing. I'll have it on Facebook page later, but everybody's kind of in line as a consensus. It looks like on next week's games. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, it does. The
He's in?
well, no. Thank you for making me go to the details. You're the only person that is different in the Crothersville Duchesne game, and you're the only person who didn't take Jackson. Number one team in the area.
Go home team.
Right. Well, Ag pulled the same business with you, because he had the away teams in one of them. I don't know. I can't see right now.
So is this the end of the show? We end with the football picks?
No, this is how many minutes are we into the show?
We're at 16 minutes.
So halfway through the show this time. All right. Okay.
Right on. Right. So yeah, you want to check that second camera? That way, it was another angle.
Oh dear. I didn't know I had another wall to break.
Yeah.
A fifth
It ain't
wall.
on right now, but we can turn it on.
Yeah, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of serious. But that's kind of
What's that?
the conversation.
Yeah.
It's hard times, man.
It is, brother.
Well, because here's the thing is, you know, I believe it
Are we
when my
recording?
dad tells me, because I saw it, that, you know, back in, you know, those days up until mid-70s, we'll say. If you just went out there, you got a job, you would make it.
Yeah.
The wife would stay home and you would make it. All you had to do is not get fired. Kind of like,
Yeah, one
Right,
income.
Make it on one income.
right, like Homer Simpson, right?
Yeah.
Like Homer Simpson or like Bundy, you know.
Any of the other.
One guy
Yeah.
not given much of a care about their job.
And he
But
was-
you show up.
He was a shoe salesman.
Right. But now, and
Like
if,
Al Bundy.
That's what he
And
said.
if-
He's talking about Al Bundy.
you're right, Al Bundy but if you worked hard, if you wanted to, you know, bust that butt and go out there, well then you're the guy who rose to the top of the, you know, company. It could be the McDonald's, rose to the top of McDonald's. And you had the boat in the front yard, maybe driving the Trans Am and you know, maybe had, you know, a place out to the lake, right? If you wanted, you worked hard. But now, I've seen it. People do work hard. They can work hard and still don't have enough to pay their bills.
Well, I saw an article the other day. Most cities in the U.S. now, to pay your rent at minimum wage, just to pay your rent, you have to work over 60 hours a week.
Yeah.
To pay your rent.
And that goes back to everything. So prices keep going up, wages,
Flat.
rates, you know, commodities
Stagnant.
staying the same.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, you know, to me. That, you know, I seen a deal, and I shared it because I have a lot of farmer friends, really good friends of mine, farmers, you know, from here and down New Maynard.
We're in a
And-
farm economy, like, you know. It's,
I mean, and, yeah, and I knew the grain rates were having, you know, but seeing that the price of corn is the same, for soybeans is the same as it was in the 80s.
yeah. we still make the same for planting a gig in the
And the
80s.
fertilizer costs have doubled. And
Well, I mean,
That's
equipment's
equipment,
doubled,
Gas
triple.
prices,
the diesel's doubled.
diesel, yeah, even more than gas.
I mean, I said that thing I shared, it showed like back in 1989, diesel was 40-something cents a gallon or something. I mean, maybe a little more. And now it's $3 and something a gallon, you know?
Well, we can identify, go ahead, Scott.
Well, just the other day, something was going around, and I did the math. They said to have the sort of buying power that boomers had to get a house, you have to have something like $230,000 a year, and did the math, and it works out to like $120 an hour.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm solutions
So-
oriented. What is the way
So,
out?
and mind you, I can get critical of our young
Right now,
state
the
too.
only way out is bring the price, the prices of things back down.
Ain't nobody gonna roll back
Well,
a penny.
Then
Harley?
start- Well, and okay, I get that.
Yeah.
But
Right.
then there's gotta be something that can be done to force
Ooh,
the hand of the lawmakers or whoever,
Wow.
to start, hey, so
Hey,
you're gonna
before
have,
you leave here, we're gonna have you run for Congress.
you're gonna have to pay more
Democrat
for,
or Republican,
so,
but-
I mean, that's just unacceptable. I mean, how do they expect, I mean, yeah, farmers used to, they're not making millionaires no more out of farmers,
Well,
I believe-
first of all, $1 million isn't all that much anymore.
No, but still,
You- but still,
Yeah,
right.
and if you're
I always
losing
did that.
$500,000 a year on your crop, it don't matter if you are a millionaire. You ain't gonna
well,
be
man,
one for long.
and the
Wow.
government's,
A lot of bleak, a lot of bleak.
whatever they're doing, I mean, it's not enough now. It used to be enough,
Yeah.
the bailouts and the crop insurance and stuff like
Well-
that, but now they don't even want to insure your crop for what it's worth,
Right.
Well, we got problems because if you
Houston, we got a problem.
shortchange, okay, let's call it what it is. It is, like the Bible says, it's stealing if you underpay people. I mean, it's a paraphrase,
Right.
but it is. You give the worker their wages, and they're stealing our wages. They are not giving us
Well-
the amount. Okay, so here's the problem. Hang on. So if we're not earning what we should, if we're earning $14 an hour instead of 116,
Yeah,
that's going to affect the tax base.
yeah.
Right? There ain't no money coming into the government except for the millionaires and billionaires, and billionaires got to figure it out. Well, they don't have to pay no taxes. They buy their way out of taxes for a much lower cost.
We shouldn't be paying taxes as a nation. There's no reason that we would prosper so much more if we didn't pay taxes.
But how are we gonna have
Pay
a
for
road to
roads.
drive on?
They hit print on the money machine.
There you go. Then we're back to socialism again.
Hold on,
You
man.
guys, we're gonna go to music. We're gonna start talking music here.
How
in a
do
minute.
how do they
Scotty.
pay for the roads in the other countries? That ain't,
Taxes.
some countries don't have taxes,
Well,
and
then
they're not
they-
socialism.
They make them do it.
So-
Yeah, without that social contract,
I'm talking about this.
we're toast.
Let me tell you something. If you think for 1 second, and I know you don't
1
think
second.
this,
1 second.
you don't think this at all, because I know y'all have conversations.
Okay.
The federal income taxes that we pay is not going towards wrong roads.
Federal highways. But you're right. The state roads, state taxes. Local roads, that's your cities and counties. Yeah.
And they've been,
You like to lost a right wheel today.
where at? Is that South Martin?
Yeah.
This used to be the best road in
You'll
town.
you'll lose yourself in a hole down there. And this isn't
Well, I got,
critical.
my truck low, I have to drive I have to get over in the other lane.
I've seen potholes come and go a little, but what I've never seen, and I've seen a couple of years, is the letters on the signs blown away like we're in a
not
post-apocalyptic world.
Yep.
They never
that's
forgot when
That's a
let
good
us
one.
see when the
Nobody got
reflector
that
fall off
idea.
before they had it back up. Now,
But to
That's
the,
not blown
Sweet
with-
home.
to the, this week's,
Pum, pum, pum.
high school football games,
Wow.
who's the guaranteed win of the week? Who do you think the highest chances of winning?
Me
Mine is
personally.
Dexter.
Oh, so you're trying to start some beefing, aren't you?
No, I'm not beefing with anybody,
Is it,
but that's
is
just a
everybody,
fact.
is it consensus Jackson though?
Oh, yeah, everybody, except for you.
I think the home team spirit can
Did somebody
beat
pick
that
against
Jackson.
Dexter?
Yes. And also, this guy,
Well,
me too.
they're not really, they're just taking the home team.
No, he put a lot of thought into it now.
I put 0 on it.
So, but they're still going 6-6 last week,
They
which
did.
is pretty good.
Hey, the first 5 weeks
You gotta speak
out
to
in
each
Vegas,
Right.
the bookies did well. Okay, it's really hard to beat Vegas. That's why they keep building the buildings and having fun out there.
Oh, yeah.
But
The house
so,
always wins.
can start a beef with Allhead. I mean, just because he's a
What I need-
superintendent of a school, and he
What I
thinks
didn't
he's
beef
all.
with him for, he's still a Porterville, isn't he?
Wow, I didn't want to say that. Them silver and blue nuts. But yeah, he's down there.
But he's an Eagle. For life, he's an East Prairie
He
Eagle.
picked Father Tolton. So did you.
Well, hey,
Hey,
let's just go. I'm a realist. Now, hey, I'm East Prairie. I love East Prairie.
Listen, aren't you impressed by how they played Friday?
I am. I'm tell you something.
Ag's shaking his head. Yeah.
I did not
They
think,
did real good.
and the Matter's not that talented this year. They got a few
Okay,
guys.
there's the beef.
They've got a few guys that got some talent, and a few running backs, receivers, and they got some linemen, big old boys on that team. But they're not the new Matters of the past, obviously.
Who is? Dexter.
Dexter's very
And I'm
good.
beefing with Sykeston. They think they're good now.
Why do they think they're good? Because
They beat Crystal City 70-7 to start the season.
okay.
That'll prop up your ego a little bit.
Well, it did.
East Prairie
Dexter slapped
would give them a run. Crystal City's not that good.
Well, you're right, they are not. Historically, they've never been. But yeah, he picked New Madrid and Edwardsville.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Of course.
What about
But you got to give Ian Penrod the credit for he's always going to have his teams ready to play, motivated and ready to play. Even on a down year,
rebuilding? Rebuilding.
they're going to compete in the games that they should compete in. If they win or if they don't,
Right.
they're going to be games that they're right in there in the thick of it.
And a lot of that comes from Chad. I mean, you were talking about Dexter being the toughest.
Yeah,
that
Chad.
tree that
Ian coached under Chad, and
Yeah. I mean, we don't ever have the wealth of talent here, and so if you don't buy in and want to just tackle, it'll happen. But yeah, Coach Penrod deserves a lot of. Because Ag was shaking his head.
yeah, they really should. And it was a fun game to watch.
It
And
was.
I think the only time that they stopped our offense was the final drive of the game, if I remember correctly.
I watched that on the East Prairie Booster Club. Thank them.
Yeah,
I watched
and
the
till it
Dexter
shut off.
Saxton game. Dexter Saxton game on Acor
Yeah,
via the Saxton Bulldog Network.
yeah.
Acor Sports now we have one of their pickers, Bobby Alford, one of their announcers. I call
Acor
it.
is really doing good things. They're not charging people to
You know,
watch the
not
live
behind the
streams.
paywall for volleyball, for football.
And they go in and they do like the whole
Everywhere.
Bloomfield Christmas tournaments.
And they just picked up the Capeland this year, the Southeast Missouri.
So
I
they're
heard
doing
Hodges.
both.
Yeah, we need to give Hodges a shout out too. James has been,
Yeah,
he was really at the base of this. He wants to do this. He wanted to do this for his father, the late governor. You remember Steve Hodges? You're right. Well, his son Hodges is a good friend, your friend. And he's on week 3 of the BMAC. So there are a number
I watched
of
it last night.
little podcasts that are going around now.
Talking about,
Chit Chat with BMAC.
Albert Pujols and Stan Musial.
There's the Sports Zone with the boys out of the Standard Democrat. Acor.
Where you can't even click and read an article.
Well, it's ridiculous. It is. And,
And not only that, the daily, I guess they were doing the daily Dunkling and all that. I mean, you can't click on none of that stuff.
I was in the industry and it's failing for a reason. And Scotty spent a couple of decades in the industry, and because all they want to do is grab that dollar immediately, not realizing that if you service the community, if you write the stories, if you go to the meetings, if you provide the information, people will buy your paper. But if you're just gonna go, hey, this week here, you're gonna get you for a 10, it's, that model doesn't work. It's not working. Now, people don't read anymore. There's your basic fundamental problem is that people do, but my phone is reading. People do this. I write a long story. Facebook comes back to me and goes, well, that's a little lengthy. Even a gentleman over here who's learned it's too lengthy. I don't know how to stop that either. You either like to read and you're either going to stop and read that.
Yep.
So when they look at the on your statistical data on your Facebook post,
The longer the story, the less.
So when
people
is the
read it.
average time of the readers getting off of it? Because
Well,
it tells you that.
And I couldn't give you that answer, sir, Your Honor.
I didn't know. I mean,
I couldn't be that. I can tell you from my reach and what I
Yeah.
see is, if it's longer than a paragraph or two, they're done.
Yeah. Maybe 80 characters.
Done. Because,
Twitter for that.
Twitter or TikTok, I have to get off TikTok or I'll get distracted. Just like I'm
Fall down a rabbit hole.
You're right.
Well, that's what you want to call it, sir. And you could call it that, but right. I like Instagram. I like my Instagram feed. That seems to be more old school, if you will, which we're talking about music. I've been trying to hear some Sweet Home Alabama since we've been here. Bum, bum.
I don't want to get a copyright strike.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's automated nowadays too.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Well, they don't
You
take
couldn't do Ed King's licks to start that. Tell me you know who that is.
Who's BSN that commented on there as their picks? Is that
That's the Boot Hill Sports Network.
and they
So, old fella out of Haytower, Crothersville.
and he's on our pick 'em?
He is. He joined.
No, that's the guy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He picked the same picks that I picked.
I'm a genius. He's a genius just like
Copying
you.
off your paper, huh?
Well,
I think, next time I'm not gonna let everybody see what the
Yeah.
other picks are.
not till the day of.
Right. But we didn't know it was gonna turn out to be this big of a hit. You know who promotes this, right? Who is sponsoring this? Good God. Say it.
The Shawshank. Or did I say the Shawshank Redemption?
No, that's get us red flags. Shaw Shack. Carachet down at Shawdust Corner. That's how you end up
Yeah,
saying Scott.
Shawdust.
Shit.
Y'all do.
Did I say it? I did. 3 shows in and I got 1 out.
What do you cut out?
Nothing.
I didn't hear
We
you.
may be able to bleep that. But we have to come up with another number this week because she's giving away a fish dinner on Friday. Ag's tape didn't get the last one the last time, and but I believe there was a free barbecue butt given away though. I believe I heard that. But so the number this week's gonna be 77.
Good number.
I get you a free fish dinner if you hear this and tell Carrie Sherry, get a hold of her. However you get a hold of her today in the new market. You either call them, message them,
Facebook 'em.
Facebook them, tic-tac them.
Or just drive out there.
Yeah.
It's not that far. It's just east of Timbuktu.
Yeah.
Nobody knows where we are here. We're in, it's in Timbuktu.
As I like to call it, Tawapati.
Wow, that could go a bunch of ways. It's a voting district here in this county, correct? And it's Tywipity.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it? Remember, I couldn't say
That's what the people ask me where I'm from.
what you're voting in.
No, where I'm from. I'm just south of Tawapati.
You could have fish.
No, it's a voting district.
It
But
is.
I
That's what it shows if you look at your location sometimes on the maps.
Tawapati.
Yeah.
Wow, we're 30 minutes in.
Yep.
We were going for.
Well, we got called then, right?
Well, are you hungry?
I suppose.
We've done everything except, okay, let's wrap it up. We got animal welfare and the local media. We all have got to help out this lady. She's got a refuge out just north of Morley. Or south of Morley, yeah. So her name is the Crazy Lady Dog Sanctuary and Refuge. Brother John Archie has been imploring me to try to get that lady some help, like get her dog food.
You know, for a guy that never had a real dog, he got this dog there, and he's the coolest name ever, General Cluster.
Wow.
And he's a good.
He's a good preacher man too.
And he is a good preacher man.
Oh, yeah.
He's anointed with bring the word like ain't nobody I've ever seen.
I enjoy getting lectured every now and then.
I've seen a lot of preachers, a lot of evangelists, you know, different.
He's talking religion. Scotty did that the last time Ag left the room, or it was vice versa. And we were talking about the dogs, but yes, Crazy Lady Dog Sanctuary. That's actually the name of the sanctuary.
Yeah.
And she's got like 100 dogs out there. Wow. And
Holy cow!
She
takes a lot of dogs in. Like
she takes every dog in the region so they don't
so
get
we-
shot.
The lady across the street used to take all the cats in.
Yeah. Wow.
The cat lady, Miss Black, over there.
Well, she also, and I'm not trying to get her to foster more because she really, 100 dogs and probably at least 25 cats.
It's got to be an all-day job just to
it's
feed and
all
water.
life job. And keep clean, litter. You know, my daughter, before she got 8 months pregnant with my granddaughter Janie, used to go out there and help the lady. And you had to wash the cages out. They don't let them say it. Can't say the word yet till we get bleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I want to kind of give her some attention as it gets cold, and people, we don't want dogs hurting. Gosh dog it, people are hurting, and so let's show some compassion and empathy toward everybody.
We had one dropped off at the boat ramp the other day down the Dorian.
Local
The big
law
dog.
enforcement, they're not doing anything about the people that's letting these dogs, just dropping the dogs off and things like that, and letting them get abused.
Yeah.
And it's whether they argue whose jurisdiction it was in, or if it was city, county, stuff like that. That don't matter.
Well, it becomes a public safety issue because, especially desperate and hungry, dogs will pack up and they turn dangerous.
Yeah. Well, and I tell you what, there's dogs that run crazy around here.
Yeah.
Just like 6, 7, 8 dogs at a time.
And the dogs right here get shot with bows and arrows.
Right over there. Now and,
Yeah,
and it's
lucky,
not the
but that
dog's
dog-
fault. The
that-
dogs
no.
are just hungry.
That
They're
dog
looking for
ended up
something to
in
eat.
a high rise in St.
Yeah,
Louis.
and but not all dogs end up.
That's right. But we're gonna make sure all dogs get a bow to eat this somehow.
Well, thank goodness for
But
the
I will
crazy
say
lady
this,
taking them in.
All dogs do go to heaven.
All dogs do go down. So this all the whole conversation as we wind it up, we're trying to come up with a more suitable name. As Ag and I were discussing the times we're in, the times we're experiencing, the times of Mississippi County, because we're filming this. I know you're a Scott County, but so it's also newspaper related, and I really appreciate your support and coming through on helping with the newspaper. The words of encouragement you gave me are just, yeah. But I think there is a niche for not a printed cast, but of like
Digital.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Like the stories I did on the
Yeah.
farm crisis, the interview I did with Mr. Jamie Pollock.
There's an audience. There's a big audience for that.
That's what we're hoping for, fellas. So let's wrap this up and go get a burger.
All right.
Team on 4 or team on 3, get in here, bro. Team on 3, team on me. 1, 2, 3. Team! God, it's the worst. It's again. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. You're like AJ Hawk.
Who's that? AJ Hawk?
Wow, that was good. That was a good show.
Gentlemen, I gotta go to work.
Yep.
Good seeing you, buddy.
Yep. You too.
Good meeting you, sir.
You too, yeah.
Thanks for your
Kyle,
hospitality. and-
Yes, sir.
Robert Hinkle. Yeah, we're gonna go down to Shawshack and get a burger.
You gotta go get a burger.
Yeah.
I gotta go put a clutch in a PT Cruiser.
God.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Yep, I'll call you later.
All right, bro.
See y'all later.